answer to that question is absolutely yes. And here's how. Hi, I'm Valf, an editor and an American voice actor talent made in India. How did it come to this? From spooky videos to teaching English. Oh well, I guess I'll try to make it funny. And fun. So, is it possible to learn English without practicing? Yes. All you need is a lifestyle change. Trick your brain into thinking you're having fun when in reality you're actually practicing. I'm gonna be honest, when you practice to a certain point in your life, you automatically stop consciously practicing. Instead, it happens subconsciously. Your brain doesn't exert as much energy as it does when you're forcing yourself to bury your face in the books. I noticed this with myself. I don't really practice anymore. It just happens automatically. I'm tired of people saying, if you don't practice, if you don't do it enough, and if you stop, you'll forget everything you've ever learned. Really, you need to breathe in order to survive, right? What happens if you stop practicing breathing? Would you forget how to breathe? I don't know why it triggers me so much. It's because I've had this misconception in my head for a really long time. I saw this comment a while ago while researching. How much time does it actually take to perfect a language or an accent? I was brutally obsessed with learning and perfecting mine. I never allowed myself to make mistakes, and when I did, I was too harsh on myself, failing to realize I was still learning. There is no right or wrong answer here. For some, it might take a week. For others, a month. It depends on your mindset, time, and focus. Your end goal is to learn English and an accent as a bonus. But if you're chasing perfection, you're on the wrong journey. Your goal should never be perfection. It should be about learning and implementing and being happy in the process. When you enjoy what you're working on, your brain craves more, pushing you to expand your knowledge. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've spent 13 years, maybe 15, but I don't really count the early years because I wasn't really serious back then. I was just scratching the surface. I sacrificed a lot of time. At one point, all I did was learn grammar, practice talking to the camera, record myself, and do voiceovers. But I was miserable the entire time because I tried to be perfect. What should have been fun was full of misery and fear. I was too afraid. I was like, what if people see my mistake? But I'm past that phase now. I'm happier and healthier, making mistakes and learning. Is it possible to reach the top without sacrificing too much? Yes. But it takes time. Every skill requires time and effort. Think of it like a plant. You need to water it and give it sunlight to grow. Sometimes you might neglect it, but that's okay. The plant won't die. It'll just take longer to grow. But you can't speed up growth by picking up bad habits. Also, if you give in to hate and pressure from others, you might just cut it off entirely. That is when you lose progress, if you give up. But trust me, your progress never actually goes away. It just freezes there. A dull knife is still a knife. It took me forever to realize that. You shouldn't make the mistakes that I made. Remember, your progress does not disappear like your bank balance. It's all in your mind, so don't worry. Tell him, Rice Ball.
我放了个屁。
So yeah, go easy on yourself. Take it easy, relax, and let it all happen. It's time for a creepy candy. Yes, which brings me to the story of two wolves. It's on. It's time to go break my fast. I'll be back soon. You keep him company, Rice Cake.
我可以放屁吗？
I'm back. Was he being weird?
我放了个屁。
Anyways, it's a story of a conversation between a Native American grandfather and a grandson. One day, the grandson complained about struggling with his feelings to his grandfather. Anger, fear, self-doubt, seeking his guidance. The grandfather replied, saying, inside every person, there is a battle between two wolves. One wolf represents negative emotions like anger, fear, self-doubt, jealousy, and regret. And the other wolf represents positive emotions like love, courage, confidence, kindness, and hope. Hearing that, the grandson asked, well, so which wolf would win in the end? The grandfather lowered his head and said, the one you feed. That was... To feed your mind positivity, click on this video because YouTube knows you'll like it. Isn't that right, Rice Cake?
是的。